Okay, so hey, welcome everyone. So in this video, I'm just gonna real quickly show you how to create something like a dodge system, something that basically allows you to use dodges in just about any direction, forwards, backwards, sideways, and diagonally too. Let me pause real quick. Leaving aside that sad excuse of an intro, I am actually sorry for being away so long. It was not my intention, it's just, life. Based on this video, it has been in my hard drive for quite some time, and I actually wanted to make this video for a while, so I just found it and I thought I would edit it and upload it. I do have some qualms about it, so to say. If you're just using Unreal Engine and not using the ALS locomotion system, you would be completely fine with that. But if you're watching it specifically for ALS, I will have to make a follow-up video on this because in this video I was too tired and fed up to actually mess with the curves. So I will actually have to make an update to this on basically how to add curves to montages, because it's an important part of working with ALS and it can break your whole project, so I want to make a dedicated video for it. Other than that, it will show you everything you need for what this video set out to do. But yeah, I just wanted to let you know that. So, yeah, let's continue with the video. Sorry for stopping. The first thing we are gonna need for that is animations, obviously. You can get a lot of free animations when it comes to dodge rolls and dodges. A lot of them you can find on Mixamo, which is like a really useful website that has animations on it that you can use, and there is a ton of content covering how to convert Mixamo animations to Unreal Engine. In my case, I have picked up like a small animation pack a while back that has animations like these ones. Or, oh, let's show actually a dodge roll because that one hasn't got root motion enabled. So when you have your animations, I already have done some prep work on these. What you basically want to do is, you can see there is enable root motion here. You want to tick that, but if you have like a couple of different animations, the easiest way to do it is I will show you, select a bunch of them together. Oh my. Select a bunch of them together with, Control or Shift or however they are organized. Right click, Asset Actions, bulk edit via Property Matrix, and you can see that you can tick all of them right here. I'm not gonna do that because the animations I am gonna use are these, which already have montages created from it. After you're done with that, leave them selected, right click again, and up here in create, you click on create any montage, and in the same folder you're gonna get these purple outlined stuff. That's what we need for our dodges. I am gonna use side and backwards dodges because for this particular animation the front would be a dash and I don't want a dash right now, but I will tell you how to do it while we are working on the logic itself. Now when we actually start working on logic right now, if you are not using ALSv4, that's not a problem. The process is going to be the exact same thing. If you are using ALS, to be honest, this one doesn't really make that much difference here because you don't have to touch the existing stuff. So you go into your blueprints, character logic, and ALS base character if you're in Unreal Engine 5 and not the ALS locomotion system. It's gonna be a third person character blueprint. And inside here, we are gonna create a new input action. I already have created it, so I will just call it, but I will show you how to do it. It's dodge input action. The way you can do it here is just simply go to edit project settings, scroll down to input, bindings, action mappings, add new, name it whatever you want, select a key for it. In my case, it's F because a lot of the keys are already taken. And just close it, and there you have it, and you can just type in the name that you've given it and get it there. After that, I am just gonna create a custom event. And that custom event is gonna be dodge event. I would usually name it like, I named this dodge action and named this one dodge, but yeah, you know, I screwed up. So from the custom event, what we want to do is create a new variable called isDodging. You can just click the plus here, name it isDodging, set it to Boolean, and after you compile it, you can set the default value to 0. So I just compile, set it to 0. I'm gonna delete this because I already have an isDodging variable. We are just gonna drag it in, get isDodging. I'm just gonna use a not boolean because I don't like to leave the branches in with false. So if we are not dodging, then we are gonna dodge. Hold B, click, you get the branch, connect this up. And if we are not dodging, I obviously want to do the select. I obviously want to dodge. Sorry, I was thinking of the next step there. So if we are not dodging, so that's, if we are not dodging is true, then we are gonna basically play our dodge montage. Play montage. This one, not the anim montage. You can use that one too, it's not that. Here I am just gonna use a select. Actually. We are gonna start with the side to side, and to that we want to get the move right axis event, or values, sorry, not the events, the values. So with this we are gonna be able to tell which direction we are going. We just say that if it's greater than 0, we are gonna dodge left, and if it's smaller than 0, we are gonna dodge right. So if it's greater, we are gonna do, well, to be honest, if it's 0, then we are in trouble, so we are just gonna do another branch. And that's gonna be is not equal. Why can't I set? Not enum. Okay. Let's do it this way then. Not equal 0. So the move right and left direction is not equal to 0, right? If it's not equal to 0, then we are gonna go into this direction. If it equals to 0, we are gonna dodge backwards. It's kind of gonna be like a backstep in Dark Souls. So here, if we are bigger than 0, if that's true, then we are gonna dodge right. And make sure to select the correct animation montage, because I accidentally created ones for the epic skeleton. And it's gonna be dodge right. And if it's false, it's gonna be the dodge left. Where is the left one? I cannot read. Dodge left. Perfect. So basically we have set it up that we can dodge from side to side. And actually I want to duplicate this. It's just Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, V. And yeah. If it's false, we are gonna play this, essentially. But if we are gonna get move forward to, if it is actually smaller than 0, so if this value is smaller than 0, we are also gonna go there. So we are just gonna use this and say an OR statement, essentially. If we are either equal to 0 or smaller than 0, then we are gonna go back. Okay, I think that's right. And we are gonna play that. Now, here's the is dodging. We actually have to set that. So whether this is true or false, in both cases we are actually want to set it to true, because that means that we are going to dodge to the side or backwards. So we are gonna set it both times to be true. And after we have finished it, we are gonna set it to false both times. So on completed or uninterrupted, every time we are gonna set it back to false, because we can only dodge again if this starts as false, right? So that's basically the whole logic to dodging. It's fairly simple, I think. Yeah, I might have screwed it up here, but you know, never mind. Because if we are moving slower than 0, I mean, if we move backwards and we are moving, no, if we are moving backwards or we are moving, either if this is true, then okay. Yeah, I think it should be good. Oh yeah, and actually have to select the asset, which is gonna be dodging backwards. Dodge backwards, root montage. Perfect. Compile and save. And actually, this does nothing on its own, so we actually have to call the dodge event. And there we go. It should theoretically work. If it doesn't, I am gonna be very sad. Let's try this. So I set the F key, maybe? Or not. Which key did I set? It's not working. Why are you not working? Okay, let's see. Okay, one other possibility that we have to do here is go back. If we are using ALSv4, we actually have to put our montages in a certain slot. And for... let me just show you. Oh, I'm at the wrong place. So here, character assets, mannequin. If we go into here, you can see we are at the base layer, which if we go a bit further up. So we are... this is the event graph, we don't need that, sorry. Anim graph. Here we have the base layer, that's... yeah, that's basically where we do our stuff. Overlay layer is where the breathing happens and the leaning for the running and stuff like that. For base layer, you see there is a base layer slot right at the very end for the main movement states and stuff. And it says this should be used for dodges. So yeah, I think I was wrong at the beginning of the video when I said we don't have to touch anything else. We don't really. if you are simply using Unreal Engine and not using the ALS locomotion system, then you don't have to do this part. But basically what we have to do here is come into our For My Animation folders. This is where I imported them. Go to our trusty montage. And here you see default group, default slot, and slot name. I have a combat, we don't need that. We put it to base layer. And save. And hopefully it's gonna work. Let's do it to all of them so that we break everything at the same time. Slot name, come on, come on. Why aren't you there? Fuck's sake. Okay, sorry, my Unreal Engine started acting funny, so I had to restart it. So what I was in animations. So what we need to do is go into our animation. Here are the slots. Slot name, base layer. That's for the back, and I'm just gonna do it to all of them. So everything to base layer, save, exit. Don't worry if they freeze when you do that, it's normal. Base layer, save, exit. And now I think we should be in working condition. But I am just gonna go back to here to double check if everything got saved when I exited. So this. There's the logic. It should work. I mean, almost should work. I actually need to create another branch for checking if we move backwards or forwards, but that's not the point right now. Let's see if we work or not. Let's get a bit smaller here. Let's see. Okay. Let's change to the cool mesh. Oh yeah. Let's see. Okay, it's not doing anything. Why are you not doing anything? Seriously. Oh.
Oh, that's why.
Because I'm stupid. So, we drag in the mesh. And we plug it into skeletal mesh component, because otherwise, it might just not work. Let's see that one again. Oh, and would you look at that? It works kind of funnily, but... You know. Okay. So, if you don't want to have too much trouble with this part, so obviously it doesn't look right. Okay. If you don't want too much trouble for yourself, one thing I would do is go into the animation blueprint, which you can find. Let's see. Character assets, mannequin skeleton, animation blueprint. Now, if you go into the anim graph, previously we put everything into this slot, the base layer slot. Now what I would do, because it's very jittery and I want quick results, and as you can see for the combat, I actually created a new slot. So what you can do is just create a new slot and make this slot not the default slot. So go here, open the slot manager, and under the default group, you just add a slot, name it Dodge. That's very nice. Go back to the animation blueprint and add a new slot. And this is gonna be default group slot. Perfect. And here we do this default group Dodge. and save. And we do that to all of it. Dodge, save. Go back to this. Dodge, save. And if we are lucky, it's gonna work this time. And okay. This one looks a lot better. So basically, I think what you would need to do, right, is is inside the curves. Okay, you would have to mess with the curves, and that's just not fun. Okay, so while we are here, let's just fix this so that this one can go back in here. And if this is false, we are gonna create a new branch. And the condition is gonna be if the forward direction is smaller than 0. And if it's true, that's exactly when we are gonna dodge backwards, okay? So if this is true, then we dodge backwards, set the dodge to is dodging, and dodge backwards. And if we move forwards, nothing is gonna happen. So if we test this out now, let's see. Forward, nothing happens. Side, it dodges to the side. If back, it goes back, right? So it works as intended. It might look a little silly now, but I actually change mesh real quick. Oh, right. Yeah, since the foot wants to follow the speed of the dodge, it looks a bit funny. But for now, I can live with that. Your dodge animation might not be like this. I would personally probably even edit the current one so that the dodge distance is smaller. That would make this look a lot more natural and very much like the dodge in The Witcher 3. So, yeah. That's about it. You can add some cool particle effects to this so that it makes the dodging look fun. The backwards looks actually really fun. Right? So yeah, I'm actually fairly happy with this. So yeah, that was the video on dodging. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something from it. See you next time. Bye.